I don't think any entrepreneur would say that he is an entrepreneur, because every day you are learning so many new things and discovering new things about how to be an entrepreneur. You are never there.
Entrepreneurship करने का जो डिसीजन है वो कितना इजी या टफ है, वो उसके लिए आपको अपने अंदर झांकना पड़ेगा. आई थिंक फॉर सम पीपल इट्स वेरी इजी. सम पीपल आर born to be doing this.
Entrepreneur is like a overly used term these days. I don't think that leaving the company and starting something of your own, it is being entrepreneur. I think entrepreneur is a way of living life. And you can be entrepreneur in whatever you do.
A lot has to do with the fact that my dad was a business guy. He actually grew up in circumstances which are not exactly, very rich, and having a business of his own taught me the value of hard work at the very early stage.
The biggest challenge is not while setting up. The biggest challenge is now. Every time you do a startup, okay, honestly, every day you're struggling to survive.
I'm come from a very modest Bengali family. So no one have done business there. They are all teachers or let's say government employees and people like that. When I was a kid, that time we used to be told like people who cannot do anything, they would do business.
Entrepreneurship was something that is not well accepted among the families, but still our families were of great support.
My wife has been a big support. When I was not earning money for 3 years, she's the one who was running the house. She used to give me good pocket money for all those years.
And I think not being elite gives you a power of fearlessness, and you don't have the concept of so-called opportunity cost and not trying something which is need not be big.
Everybody says no to you first because it's a chicken and egg problem. You need to get people who are going to give you business, but your product's probably not there yet, and you need people who are going to take a bet on you.
I think we've heard no's 8 times, 9 times more than we've heard yeses.
सबसे बड़ा ना से हाँ कन्वर्ट करना वो मेरे फादर ही थे. उनको ही समझाने में बहुत टाइम लगा कि ये काम स्टार्ट करना है. Because he is not from a business background, and he said that you are doing so well in your career, why do you want to take a chance?
The moment for me was converting my inner self no to yes. My rational part of the body it wanted to start, and the rational part of the body was pulling it back.
Na se haan tak is never easy, but I think that's the joy of enterprise.
I was working with Coke at a very senior level, large company, senior level. So not very used to hearing rejection from people.
Rejection assumes that you require someone else to do something for you. Now the difference is that if you believe that you don't require anyone else to do anything for you, but you are left with no choice but to pave your own way, then that question of rejection starts disappearing,
I think I would probably, use a metaphor in terms of sailing here, right? When you end up sailing, you have to reach to a destination and the winds blow in all different directions, the tide changes. That's a lot like entrepreneurship, because the circumstances in most cases are never under your control. What's really under your control is what you are capable of doing.
Becoming an entrepreneur is always challenging. So first of all, you need to have the passion, enthusiasm, and also the perseverance, and you need to stick with that.
I think it's really important that if you know that something is working and you're absolutely sure, then you should resolve or stay put on that journey. But it's also important to be open to the fact that you might be wrong.
Don't think too much before starting, because either you win or you learn, right? And the entrepreneurship is not about what you do actually. The entrepreneurship is about what you become.
Don't start up for the sake of starting up. One should actually know what a person is wanting to do or wants to do in his or her own life, because today starting up has become like a glamour thing to do, right?
Choose your partners and people you work with in the company very very carefully. वही लोग आपका future सबको determine करते हैं. वही लोग determine करते हैं कि आप अगले दिन सुबह कितने बजे आना चाहते हैं और रात को कितने बजे तक काम करना चाहते हैं.
Learn to play with it and learn to make sure that you have fun while you're at it, because at the end of the day you're doing this because you love what you do, and if you don't love what you do, find another way to make money.
The day I put on my rank, that was one of the most fascinating moments of my life. My parents were there and they pipped me, and I can never forget that moment in life.
This country can progress only when we will have one school, one syllabus, and all people going into that school.